What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you are having a great one as always. And if you can tell through her horribly ugly wrapper, which we'll just go ahead and start ripping off now, we are taking a look at one of my favorite medical ninjas of all time, Sakura from Naruto. Now, I am a huge Sakura fan. I'm a huge Naruto fan in general. And most of the time, when I tell people I actually like Sakura, they don't believe me. But this came out from a third party called Maz Studios. The figure's actually launched as Medical Ninja since it is not officially licensed. But I have a feeling it's going to be a long, long while before any actual company makes one of her. I know ThreeZero is doing one, but that'll be from the standard Naruto line. This is more of the Shippuden era. So as far as something to match the Zen Creations, this is probably going to be the one to have for a bit. Let's go ahead and get on into her. I'm going to need a knife. Should have planned a little bit better on that one, but let's get into it. Now the figure was about 160 bucks. I got mine from 1/6 Outfitters. I believe they are out of stock there, and I am also pretty confident that they are out of stock at Giant Toy as well. I have seen a few places online still offering them. There's actually a store called Maz Toys, which I don't believe is directly related to Maz Studios. They have them in stock there, but I personally haven't ordered from them yet. Ooh, she's so pretty. Get all out of here, box. So I really don't know if they're necessarily a great company to order with. Shop at your discretion if you do. Now, one other thing I will say, more tape. They do make a Tsunade as well. Now, the downside with her is I didn't know it existed until it was far too late. So to get one now on the aftermarket, it's like 500 bucks. I'm not that big of a Tsunade fan. I'll wait in case somebody else makes one. But I mainly say that because right now getting Sakura is not terribly expensive. And if she is one that you're going to want, especially from this era, well, depending on how she looks, might be one worth getting. I could have sworn I just cut off all the tape. I swear. At some point, if I'm ever killed by tape, I will not be surprised. Well, I'd be dead at that point, but you get what I'm saying. Alright. Try this again. Hooray! Alright, there we go. Really? Another one? Okay. Come to me, darling. You really have her wrapped up good. Don't worry, we're going to get you some air. Alright. Now, first thing that I want to point out is just how awesome that head sculpt is. I was kind of worried from the photos. I didn't think the actual sculpt was going to look too great, but that's pretty dang good. There you go. So if you were wondering, I definitely think that looks pretty awesome. They do have another one in there we'll take a look at in a moment with her full, I think it's like the 100 years healing mark or something like that. I forget what it's called. The technique she learns from Tsunade and actually becomes, you know, kind of useful. So she's got that going on. Taking a look at the figure itself, it is a seamless body. It might be, definitely feels like a steel skeleton, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Phison or something similar. Little pouches coming off. And we'll have to do some minor adjustment with the knee pads and her bandage. Her pouch isn't holding on too well. But they did a really good job with the outfit for the most part. Just a little more bosomy than normal Sakura, but that's alright. there is kind of a running gag that that's the real reason Naruto ended up going with Hinata. Honestly, they did a really, really good job with all of this. Pretty dang impressed. Got the nice little ninja footwear going on there. I mean, again, it is, for the most part, a seamless body. The feet attach weird. There's not any actual ankle movement, which is a little upsetting in that regard. You can obviously twist them, but as far as a pivot, there isn't one. Not the end of the world by any means. And they did a pretty good job painting up the gloves as well. Let's take a gander at the goodies that you get. She does come with a whole bunch of extra hands. And of course, like everything is taped in. Alright. Some of the stuff fell out. So let's see here. First we can glance at the extra head, I suppose. Alright, so there you have it. That's not terribly accurate to the show. It would expand quite a bit further. I'm assuming they did that just for licensing purposes. Did a good job with the headband, though. Still looks pretty cool, but honestly, I like the normal one better and probably will stick with that. And then you also get one of my favorite summons in the show. You get a little Katsuyu. You get the little slug. It almost feels... Wondering if it might be magnetic or if it's just the way the sculpt is in there. There's definitely something rattling around in it. Huh. I'll have to play with that at some point. Could just be the weight to keep it balanced. I'm not too sure. Alright, so let me fight off some more of this tape. Let's see what we can get. Alright, she does have a nice little scroll there, which I'll take a look at in a moment. Oh, this is awful. Why do they have to use so much tape? Why? Alright, here we go. So there's one giant strip of tape that goes on this entire side. Alright, let's see what we got. What is this? Is this important? Yep, that's a shuriken. Alright, so she's got a couple little shurikens, she's got a kunai, and then one of her hands also came out of this one, so we'll take a look at that. Again, as somebody that hates tape, this is a nightmare. I don't know why I hate tape. Probably from opening stuff. But here we go. Kunai action. Got that. Alright. Let's kind of pop these up real quick. One thing that I really am impressed with, the weathering on these to make them have like a real metal look is amazing. So compared to like the Zen and the 3-0 ones, these look more, honestly, like more genuine, realistic than kind of the more animated style than you get with the other ones. So that's kind of fun. I'm pretty dang impressed. They did a really good job with those. Also, the gloved hand looks amazing. So you get two gloved hands with her. So you get open ones and then the fists for her as well. But they did a really good job just painting those up. I'm easily impressed with that sort of thing. Might be a chore getting that attached. You don't know if there's actually a peg in there or not. So it may just slide onto the hand. That'll be an interesting one to play with. But definitely cool. The scroll that she gets should unroll. Let's see if they've actually got it. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, they got her summoning scroll set up there. So that way you can summon her beautiful little slug companion. And honestly, I was thinking this was just going to be generic paper, but it's pretty good quality. Shout out to them in that regard. I'll probably just tie it up and have it hanging out with her or something. Who knows? Let's see if we can get to one of her normal hands. Maybe. Alright, there we go. And then you do get 4 different gloveless hands. They painted her fingernails. That was nice. But that'll help in case you want to do different seals and stuff like that. Just got kind of the standard posing ones that you could do. Definitely fun. Now one thing I was curious was how she was going to compare to the Zen Creation stuff. So I'm just going to go grab Naruto real quick and we can do a quick side-by-side just to see them next to each other. Because some of you may be wondering the same thing, and if you're not, you can hit the stop button now and we'll see you next time. Alrighty, so side by side, they size up pretty well for the most part. I do feel like it's probably quite accurate. I feel like Naruto's maybe a little bit larger, or I guess Sakura would be a little bit smaller than she should be. Height-wise, it's about the same. I just feel like their actual body size is a bit off, which, not the end of the world by any means. And honestly, I could be entirely wrong on that. If you see them side by side in the anime, it might be spot on. But for the most part, kind of get a little bit closer on them. They really will pair up pretty well together. Zen's definitely better, I can't deny that by any means, but you're also spending an extra $100 on these guys. Plus you're getting a whole bunch of different accessories and all that good stuff. But as far as getting a Sakura that'll pair with them, I'm certainly not disappointed.